Hello, please sit down, get comfortable. Welcome to the white coat ceremony for the Marian University College of Osteopathic Medicine. My name is Dr. Amanda Wright, and I have the honor of serving as Dean of the college. To begin our ceremony, I would like to ask Sister Mary Beth Giannoli, Marian University Vice President for Mission Integration, to give us the invocation.
Good afternoon. As Amanda said, I'm Sister Mary Beth Giannoli, a member of the Sisters of St. Francis of Oldenburg, Indiana, and a 1978 graduate of Marian. I'm privileged to serve as the Vice President for Mission Integration at Marian University. As is our tradition, we will begin our time together with a short prayer, knowing that we are in the presence of God, and God is always in our presence. So let us pray. God of all healing, we ask you to be with us today as members of the class of 2026 take this important step in their education and healing ministry. We ask you to bless their hearts with compassion and kindness. Bless their hands with skill and tenderness. Bless their minds with wisdom and knowledge. May they always remember that the true purpose of their calling is selfless service and true dedication to each person they encounter. We ask these blessings in all your holy names. Amen.
All right, thank you. Today is a very important day, and I would also like to recognize our distinguished guests who are honoring our students and their family by their presence. We have members from our Marian University Board of Trustees. We have community leaders and legislative representatives. Our healthcare leaders that are here today include hospital chief executive officers, chief medical officers, and department chairs. We also have our own faculty, staff of Marian University's College of Osteopathic Medicine, including our full-time, part-time, and clinical faculty. Without them, we could not do what we do, so please stand and be honored and recognized. The next individual to take the podium really does not need my introduction, but I have a lot to say about him anyway. He's a visionary leader. Dan Elsner became the 8th president of Marian University on August 1st, 2001. President Elsner has a bachelor's degree in political science from Nebraska Wesleyan University and a master's degree in educational administration from the University of Nebraska. He has completed graduate work at Wichita State University, Kansas State University, as well as holding an honorary doctorate of humane letters from the Nebraska Wesleyan University. He is an active member of the Indiana Chamber and involved in numerous other organizations associated with Catholic colleges and universities. When called upon, he serves as a consultant and/or speaker on numerous topics, such as excellence in education, leadership development, stewardship, and institutional advancement. Please help me welcome to the stage President Daniel J. Elsner.
Thank you. You're Melanie Wan? Okay, good. I'm going to have you working a little bit. I thought I'd come down and be with you today. I like to be around smart people. I'm assuming you're smart. Otherwise, we're going to talk to the admissions committee, right? You shouldn't be here on this third year, should you? Good to see you. This is a special day. Normally, I do a brief welcome. I thought I'd do a little more today because you're going to take off in your clinical experience with our partners, and I usually just briefly share the mission of the institution and how you're tied to it. And I'll do that today as you embark on this next level of your medical education. I also want to announce an amazing investment by an amazing leader and a very generous family in our medical school. We're going to take a whole nother step. This year is very important, so I'll address you. I'm going to address along the way, too, why did we start? You know, this is our 10th full year of operation of our medical school. How did it come to be? And then I also want to address where we're going to go. It relates really to this magnanimous investment in our medical school and the naming of it. I would start this way, and I know you agree with me, but I want to highlight it today for you, our faculty, staff. I'm the messenger. I am very privileged to serve with the Board of Trustees. We have amazing faculty and staff that support you, amazing students. You're very kind. Our partners in medicine and community health and St. Vincent Health, and then, of course, our many generous donors that made this all possible. You would count among them these beautiful people behind you, like brothers, sisters, dads, moms, grandpas, aunties, uncles, well, you know, go down the list. We never get here alone, do we? I want to emphasize mindset today, how you set your mind as you embark on this journey, how we set with the board. I've been here long enough, you probably say, that guy's old. Been here a long time, since 2001. Some of you were probably just toddling around by then. And I probably never guessed you'd be a physician. But here we are because of a mindset. Mindset's very important because how you think about what you're going to do today, how we as a board and a Marion community thought about starting a medical school. Why would we do that? Because that mindset, if it isn't very, very clear, you're going to miss an opportunity to be a very, very special physician, a very, very special leader in the medical community. We didn't want to miss Marion University. We were Marion College till 2008. Then we became Marion University, and then we thought, well, let's start a medical school. I wouldn't recommend it. You probably said, you ought to go to medical school. But anyway, the point is your mindset, how you think about this day, how we thought about the creation, how we think about the future is very important. Because how you think about it is how you will act. You are going to be meeting patients. You're going to be working with other professionals. How you think about that opportunity, that responsibility, that privilege is very important because you will act that way. And if you act a certain way repeatedly, day in and day out, that will become a habit. You got the right one. He didn't answer, but I answered for him. That's right, you were thinking. You didn't want to be quick and do the wrong thing there. Quick diagnosis usually leads to problems, right? You act a certain way repeatedly, and you have a habit. Your habits as a person and a professional and a person on a mission with a ministry to serve people becomes your character. Your character personally and professionally will be your destiny, and it'll dictate the joy and the results and the manner of how you think about yourself, your profession, and this mammoth investment you've made, time, study, resources to become a very privileged person in our society we call doctor. Think about it very carefully, because it'll affect how you act. It'll be your habits, your character is your destiny. Now, this relates to you in a little further detail, because I want you to know, going back through my notes, old board meetings, why would we start a medical school? Why would Marian University start a medical school in Indiana? We could say, well, it's prestigious. I remember the board thinking very clearly and giving a lot of thought and prayer and analysis to why we were called to do this. What would it contribute to making a richer, better culture where human flourishing would be advanced for all, where human dignity would be uplifted, where more justice would be achieved, greater stewardship, reconciliation? Have you ever heard those values? We thought about that. Where could Marian move to make the culture a better place? Where could Marian move forward where the lively dialogue between faith and reason is critical? As a Catholic university, we're very interested, how does the spiritual realm affect the physical and the social health and the sense of justice in what we do? Medicine. Then we thought, where does the Judeo-Christian ethic and the rich Catholic intellectual tradition and social teaching have a lot to say about the human person enriching culture? Marian University. You look back through our notes and board minutes when we started this College of Osteopathic Medicine that, by the way, matches our mission of treating the whole person, mind, body, spirit. And this is the place we were called to be. And that's my message. 5 things, and I'm out of here. Then we're going to get you your white coat. We're going to talk about our future briefly in the name of your medical school. It'll be on your wall. We thought a lot about calling, deep calling, some larger purpose. Some larger purpose. If you think about your role as a physician, a student doctor, you have a larger purpose. It's not just RVUs, pay, I'll have a good title, I'll have a job, etc. This is a large calling, and we wanted to do it right at Marian. We wanted to do medicine and this with great joy and enthusiasm. Working with some sense of calling and larger purpose will bring you deep joy. Doctor burnout will not be part of your life. You will see the beauty of it. We wanted to graduate medical students that were humble, good listeners. And I know you've learned that, and you've done a lot of work on your getting ready for your clinical rotations, haven't you? Humble people are better servants, they're better listeners, they're better learners, they treat their colleagues in a way that is enriching. We wanted a medical school where our students, as they enter clinical education and graduate, consecrate their professional life to excellence. We do that here at White Coat. We'll do it in your oath, the osteopathic oath. You'll do it again at commencement. You'll do it repeatedly as you go through your career. Consecrate your profession to that higher calling. And 5th, we wanted to graduate the kind of people, and you're in the process of doing this, that are inquisitive, always learning, going back to your humility, I don't know everything, always returning back to why you're there, joy, calling, and purpose. Larger purpose. I receive so many compliments from our clinical partners because of what our faculty and staff, and I know it's Midwestern kindness and they're talking to the president of Marian, but very consistently, and I watched, had residents and so forth, our graduates are doing a great job, but the clinicians in the field, our clinical partners tell us, your graduates are different. They're special. They're doing something great for medicine in this state. You're part of that tradition. you'll uphold it. Remember, you have a calling to respond to, and it's a higher purpose. Go there with great joy, humility. Consecrate your life to this important ministry, I call it, on behalf of others. And be constantly renewing yourself in that effort. Now, where is this College of Osteopathic Medicine going in the future? This fall, there'll be a new name on the college. We'll be announcing a really large effort to take our School of Medicine that's been doing so well up to a whole new level. And to do that, you need generous donors to attract top faculty, to have the science and the clinical partners to do it. And today, as I mentioned earlier, we have a very generous and good leader and family and a foundation that's going to put their name attached to our building with what I call a super deluxe magnanimous gift or / investment in that vision we had for this college 10 years ago, and now you carry forth. Past, present, and future. That's what we're celebrating today, and you're at the very heart of it. Before I bring our friend to the stage, I wanted to share a little video with you, please. And then I'm going to have two of our student doctors, Melanie and Juan, right? I got it. You're going to help me escort these wonderful people, but let's watch the video first. Video, please. The journey of the medical school actually began, unbeknownst to many people, in a hot day in 2001 in Oldenburg, Indiana. I had been named the president of Marion College, a college of about 1,000 students, a considerable bit of debt, very few assets. The Board of Trustees, myself, gathered in Oldenburg to say it's time to reset. And we developed a term that we've used a lot over the years to make a bold pivot for Marion University. Every great city around the world has something in common. They have great universities in those cities. They're magnets for talent. I had spent many years on hospital boards, and I knew the importance of physicians. Our nursing program was doing well. And so we said, out of the gate, build a great university around a great medical school.
Mission meeting medicine is really at the heart of what we do. It's important for us to integrate the mission into the practice of medicine. When these students go out and become physicians, they're not just treating, they're caring for their patients. We want people to see what we're doing here and think, that's a medical school I want to go to. That's a medical school I want to support.
Every major accomplishment, every major pivot, every major move we've made, there's been a critical partner, a person, a family, a foundation that stepped forward and said, we're going to partner with you in this endeavor. And it always takes a leader to start the ball moving. And now on this next pivot, to take our College of Osteopathic Medicine to a whole new level, a national leadership level, we have a family that has stepped forward. And the Wood family is that family.
I think it started with conversations between my mom and my dad. He always had that goal to give back, and especially in the community that gave us so much. And my mom took that. I think she doubled down after my dad passed, and started the foundation, and has since put more emphasis on giving today and being able to see the fruits of her efforts. I think that the faith-based nature of Marion University guides the bedside manner of its doctors and future doctors to look at the patient as a person first and a patient second. I think through Marion University, the growth of the medical program will see more of those caring local professionals here in Indiana. It's the right fit, it's the faith, it's the local commitment, and it feels right. We're all excited.
Julie Wood, you particular, as the matriarch of that family, have stepped forward in mission and faith, in academic excellence, in clinical excellence, and ensuring that a diverse student body can come to this great university and prepared to advance this profession, advance the common good, and make this world a better place. From the bottom of our hearts, from a deep sense of mission and thankfulness to God, we express our most sincere appreciation for you being that leader in this next step in the great history of Marian University College of Osteopathic Medicine.
Julie and the entire Wood family, I don't know how to begin to thank you for, first, all you've done for our community. Hearing what your family has done for our community is really inspiring to all of us. And then to see the support you're giving to our school, we're excited to carry on that legacy. One of our Franciscan values is that of stewardship. And we look forward to our commitment of being good stewards of your commitment to our students, our faculty and staff, and continuing your legacy of service to our community with compassion and care.
Thank you, Mom, for honoring Dad's legacy as well as your own. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for making this gift happen, and you're my hero.
Go ahead. You can stand. Julie, thank you very much for your faith in Marian University, your faith in God, and your commitment, public commitment and display of stewardship to help and serve others. And with our thanks, we have a gift and a special display we want to show you. Dr. Wright has the gift. I always thought you probably needed a white coat, but please don't call yourself, although you have an honorary doctorate from Marian, but don't try to treat a patient, okay? We have a, this is the white coat, and it says Julie Wood. So congratulations, Julie.
I'm going to give it to Juan for you.
We're going to
Would you carry this down for Julie?
Now we're going to unveil, excuse me, I'm going to get around here. You ready? You ready, Doc? Okay, here we go. It says Marian University, Tom and Julie Wood College of Osteopathic Medicine. That'll be our direct backdrop. Bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're very welcome. Thank you. We have good.
Thank you. Well, that was exciting. That was very exciting. So, for those of you in the back who can't see this, we are the Tom and Julie Wood College of Osteopathic Medicine. So at this point, all of our students, normally we give our students their white coats a couple weeks in advance, and we say, please press them, please make them look nice, and bring them to the event. Our students didn't have that opportunity because their coats bear the name of our new college. So students, if you could open your coats and see the name of your new medical school, and then pass your garbage to the end of the aisle where we will pick it up. Thank you. I think they look amazing. This is not my script, but this is a big deal. Students, could you please turn to behind us? We have Julie Wood, Jeff Wood, April Wood, and their family. Please stand up and turn to them and show your gratitude. And that gives me a minute to calm my voice, because one of our students asked me, Dr. Wright, do you get nervous before this event? And they told me they were going to listen for nerve in my voice. So I'm trying really hard, and I told them, if you're not nervous, what you're doing doesn't matter. And this matters a whole lot. So if you hear my voice crack, get over it. Okay. So now this is another really exciting point of the ceremony for me, because now we move to the faculty and student awards, because we have fabulous people. They're the Tom and Julie Wood College of Aesthetic Medicine. Okay, each year, leaders from our Student Government Association host a spring formal, and they celebrate the end of another successful academic year. As part of this celebration, students seek nominations from our student body to recognize the contribution of faculty and staff, as well as the performance of their peers. The contribution to the professional identity formation of our learners from these individuals is profound. As a new component of the White Coat, we've only been doing this for 2 years, this recognition. I would like to recognize these individuals at this ceremony. When I read your name, please stand and be recognized. Behind me, there will be the names of these individuals as well. So these are the Student Choice Awards, as voted by our students. Faculty Advisor of the Year, Dr. Sumathi Velavan. I like that she sat down. Girl, you know you just need to keep standing up, because we go right into Most Outstanding Clinical Faculty of the Year, Dr. John Lusich and Dr. Sumathi Velavan. Our next faculty is the Most Outstanding Biomedical Science Faculty of the Year, who is outstanding and who is helping to start a new medical school, for which we are very proud, and we miss him. So we will cheer, kind of boo a little bit, but mostly cheer for Dr. David Gardner. We also have our Most Outstanding Administrative Staff, and that is our Assistant Dean, Rhonda Garrison. And then we have somebody who we all know and love, and who somehow knows and loves all of us, and that is our unsung hero, Mr. Jeff Jackson. Okay. I don't know if I say move to slide 2. Move to slide 2. Okay, wow. Oh. Fantastic. So now we have our Student Doctor of the Year. Student Doctor of the Year for OMS2 is Leanna Kreikenbrink. Good Samaritan Award for OMS2, and again, I'm going to just say these two together because this person also needs to remain standing, Jennifer Firehammer, who also is not just our Good Samaritan, but our academic all-star for OMS2. We have our Franciscan Award for OMS2, and that is Andrew Gehrig. And then our Leader of the Year for OMS2, Peyton Sparks. Next, we have our Meaningful Mentor Awards program. Mentoring plays a significant role in the life of any medical provider, but especially in the personal and professional growth and development of the physician. At Marian University's Wood College of Osteopathic Medicine, we take the mentoring relationship seriously and believe that it's a vital component to a well-rounded medical education, helping to produce graduates who possess empathy and compassion. One program in particular that fosters mentoring is the Meaningful Mentor Program, in which our students are paired with a physician mentor in our community. Today, we are recognizing a few of those mentors who have been selected through student nominations as this year's Distinguished Mentor and Mentee of the award recipients. Before we do that, this program is a very important program that is really the passion of one of our physicians and faculty members that does an amazing job. So I think it's important to recognize her, because without her role, we would not have all the mentors helping each of you. So Dr. Emily Young, please rise and be recognized for your contributions to the program. Our 2024 distinguished mentors are Dr. Eugene Justice, Dr. Andrew Kuhn, Dr. John Salter. And then our 2024 Mentor of the Year is pretty special because this name is probably familiar to many of our faculty and staff, Dr. Jordan Phelps, a 2020 graduate of the then, at the time, Marian University College of Osteopathic Medicine. Congratulations. Okay, next we have Faculty Excellence in Teaching Awards. The final set of awards to be given today are awards that we believe help to acknowledge the contributions and experience of our faculty and students during the preclinical years of their medical education. First, the Excellence in Teaching Awards will be given to faculty members who were nominated by their peers on the basis of their management of the learning environment, their engagement with our students in and out of the classroom, the collaborative spirit in which they took their work with their colleagues, and the level of expectation and accountability that they set for themselves as well as their students. This is a fun award because the faculty that are getting these have no idea they're getting them. So I think it's very exciting. So if Dr. Kumbe and Dr. Martin could stand up and help me recognize these individuals. First is our 2024 Excellence in Teaching Award for our biomedical science faculty. This goes to two of our faculty members. One is Dr. Sumathi Velavan. The other faculty member is Dr. Robin Fuchs. Do you get tired of seeing me? You're clinical. Now you come stand up here. This is our first time doing this, apparently. Now we stand up here. Okay. Thank you. Okay, now we have our excellence and awards for our clinical faculty. Our clinical faculty teaching awards, Dr. Jeremy Jones. And Dr. Brian Skinner.
God bless you. Thank you. Great job. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Congratulations. Again. Okay. Where do you want me? Still the first time.
Still the first time. I love when we get it right and the students agree with us. Phew, okay. All right, now we're moving to the next slide. This is fun. Okay, great. This is for our Outstanding Achievement in Preclinical Education Award. In addition to the contributions of our faculty, we want to recognize the academic achievement of our students. That's why we're here. This recognition takes the form of the Outstanding Academic Achievement in Preclinical Education Award. This is given to the student who exemplifies the outstanding performance in the preclinical curriculum. When I call your name, please come to the stage to receive your award. This year's Outstanding Achievement in Preclinical Education Award goes to Alexa Zavitsky. Please join me on stage. You guys are doing great. This ceremony, the white coat ceremony, takes place at the conclusion of the student's second year of osteopathic medical education. And we do it to help illuminate the important transition that students are making between their preclinical education and their clinical education. To help describe this transition, I would like to welcome to the stage people who really struggle taking pictures but are fantastic at their jobs. Dr. Medhani Kumbe, our interim Associate Dean of Academic Affairs, and Dr. Anthony Martin, our Assistant Dean of Clinical Affairs, to say a few words.
I do want it noted, however, by the third time, I think we were very close to getting it right. All right, good afternoon, student doctors. Today marks a significant milestone in your journey. Take a moment to reflect on the remarkable strides you've made over the last 2 years. You've immersed yourselves in the intricate details of human anatomy, from the names of every muscle and bone, to the marvels of organ systems and their functions. You've delved into the complex world of biochemical pathways, understanding how nutrients are transformed into energy and building blocks for life. You've explored the subtle art of diagnosing and treating diseases, from the microscopic realm of pathogens to the pharmacological pathways of medications. And between you and I know pharmacology is your favorite discipline, but we don't have to let the others know. All right, in lecture halls and in labs, you've dedicated countless hours, so many hours, to study, refining your understanding through exams, quizzes, and hands-on learning. Your journey has prepared you well. Each lesson learned, each challenge overcome, has shaped you into capable physicians you are becoming. Today marks a pivotal transition as you step into clinical rotations. It's natural to have a mix of excitement and apprehension. Your knowledge and skills are now tools to navigate the challenges, but also the triumphs that await you in patient care. Wear your white coat with pride, honor, and integrity as you embark on this next phase of your journey. It gives me tremendous joy and honor on behalf of your preclinical faculty to say congratulations to you, class of 2026.
Today marks a pivotal role in the transition from the classroom now to the exam room as you embark on your clinical rotations. Over the past month in clinical colloquium, you refined your essential skills. You're going to master the art of gowning and gloving and scrubbing for surgery. You've deepened your understanding of diagnostic radiology, imaging, and electrocardiograms. You've practiced those nuances of presenting patients and doing sign-outs, getting lots of feedback on that. You demonstrated your readiness in interviewing and examining patients while building your diagnostic and therapeutic skills in osteopathic medicine. I think this past month, most importantly, you become more attuned to the vital role of advocating for those that you serve. Your focus now turns from exams and OSCEs to the patients. The patients are now at the center of your education. Receiving your white coat today is a powerful symbol in the hard work and dedication that you've invested in preparing for patient care. That white coat imparts a certain amount of respect and trust. Patients will confide matters in you that they won't tell their friends or their family. Embrace that faith that they're putting in you, even if sometimes you might feel like an imposter. I assure you, you're not. You're prepared. You have rightfully earned your progress on this journey to become a physician. I hope you'll be encouraged by knowing that you stand on the shoulders of every physician that has come before you. You'll learn and grow every single day, and in doing so, you'll improve the lives of others. Keep the best interest of the patient in the forefront of your mind, and you'll succeed. Know that your faculty and your staff, the administration, your dean, and your family, we all will walk this journey with you. We wish you all the very best of success in your clinical endeavors.
Oh, that was good. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Kumbe and Dr. Martin, very much. It is a privilege to stand before you today and all of those that are in attendance, acknowledging the great accomplishments of your past that you have done. The people behind you are also responsible for those accomplishments. They have done so much to get to where you are today, and we will acknowledge them in just a moment. I want to, before we get to your white coats, to tell you a little bit about them. The wearing of the white coat is a relatively modern tradition in the practice of medicine. Some date it back to 1889. The white coat was noted that physicians were transitioning between this more scientific approach to the practice of healing arts, moving from that science to practice of arts. Prior to this time, white coats were not worn. They actually wore black coats. And the black coats were worn in hospitals because hospitals were seen as a place where patients were ill and they went to die. Over time, several additional implications of the white coat have been proposed. So it started with scientific endeavors, moved to the art of medicine, but it really holds other values. Sometimes the white coat is seen as one of hope, that the ill will get well. It's seen as a sign of purity, the altruistic nature of the physician. It's seen as a sign of compassion. Those wearing the white coat are kind, sympathetic, and empathic. And perchance, above all else, the white coat represents a commitment that each of us take to first do no harm. The white coat ceremony, as we know it more today, really began at Columbia University in 1993. Today, over 30 years later, we are putting the white coats on you as we welcome all of you into your clinical years of training, after which you will go through more training in one of over 140 different medical specialties. Let your white coat be a reminder of where you have been, but more importantly of where you're heading, your final destination, to provide excellent osteopathic care to your patients and the communities that you will call home. I want to recognize your coaters before we begin the ceremony. We're pleased to welcome the following physicians and leaders from our community, College of Osteopathic Medicine and medical community, that will coat our students. So let me introduce them to you. One is Dr. Ann Cunningham from Community Health Network and serves as Assistant DIO. Thank you, Dr. Cunningham. Dr. Grace Greist, DIO and physician at Ascension St. Vincent. And then two that you know, Dr. David Eland, our Chair of Osteopathic Principles and Practice, and Dr. John Lusich, our Chair of Internal Medicine, who this is one of his last white coat ceremonies, so if anybody would like to chain him and make sure he stays, I would appreciate that. Students, this is your time. You will be ushered across the stage in rows to put on your white coat as a symbol of the responsibilities and commitments that you're accepting today. Coaters, please stand. Go to your marks. Students, you'll be escorted to the stage. Student doctors, please don't forget to go to the microphone and say your name.
Darby DeFord.
Jim Walsdorf.
Alexis Savitsky. Lauren Allman.
Japal Mully. Chris Stovall.
Kelsey Jones.
Craig Fado.
Richard Kwok.
Samantha Allgood. Brooke Franz.
Angela Hodges.
Nikita Kumar. Ashley D'Souza.
Derek Wagner.
Chelsea Moore. Maggie Granatier.
Wyatt Dugan.
Mary Flanagan.
China Walker.
It's a little tight.
You guys know I want to say Big Lou, but Louis Sokol. Alex Torres. Hamza Tariq. Varun Mangal.
Nabras Maimun.
Saban Masood.
Megan Wheeler. Alyssa Seawright.
Tori Templin.
Katie McCaslin.
Gabby Magjars.
Ashley Riney. Courtney O'Donnell.
Iman Hassan.
Mackenzie Kaplanis.
Sara Ali.
Autumn Horner.
Komal Kaur.
Gurkmar Randhawa.
Madeline Henley. Cheyenne Henry.
Masood Nawa. Andrew Garrick.
Rebecca Muir. Mackenzie Young Eckert.
Theodore Larson.
Fry Emden.
Sanskruti Mahajan.
Rachel Martin.
Hannah Molinex.
Hyun Kim.
Nicole Hetrick.
Taylor Hartman.
Brandon Yoder.
Ariana Greenwood. Xiao Yuting. Layla Weiser.
Troy Graves.
Queen Esther Utsu.
Ngunaikil AKMA.
Oh, it's a little tight. Thank you.
Deborah and Yola Asalu.
Grace Broadhurst.
Lauren Casman.
Sarah Shepard. Caitlin Potter. Madeline Pearson. Ellie Kite. Alicia Pinchak. Emily Schubach.
Laura Lawrence.
Drew Stanton.
Bryce Allen.
Alex Elma.
Christian Gonzalez.
Molly Gillig.
Allison Godlewski.
Melanie Wynn.
Juan Quecha.
Daniel Albatarse.
Jake Lex.
Vasilios Katsaitis.
Evan Kosinski.
Caden Walter.
Noah Rapp.
Saket Boypalli.
Jacob Snyder.
Samuel DeWitt.
Alexandra Nitu. Elizabeth Monger. Malia Mulligan. Abigail Garcia. Megan Rossler. Allie Kirby. Sandunyo Besekere.
I'm so proud of you all. Wyatt Reed.
Mackenzie Lawson.
Alexis Klink.
Megan McCormick.
Alexander Lamb.
Catherine Perry.
Zach Montgomery.
Erin Heinlein. Allison Aldrich.
Johanna Feiner. Nicolette Mercurios.
Allie Miller.
Josephine Merkert.
Emily Anderson.
Ryan Morgan.
Zain Siddiqui.
Casimir Oganowski.
Katie Morvek.
Jennifer Firehammer. Alexis Swingendorf. Megan Simpson.
Taylor Mahalik.
Avery Zott.
Peyton Sparks.
Nina O'Neill. Cameron Benscoter.
Leanna Kregenbrink.
Hannah O'Leary.
Ellie Carlson.
Anna Prawl.
Emily Davis.
Tessa Wrightson.
Rebecca Green.
Anna Barker. Lauren Anderson. Michaela Van Aken.
Jillian Nicely.
Gabriella Babiston.
Anna Marie Augustinovich.
Sabrina Montesino.
Claire Eby.
Bria Liette. Milan Kasahun.
Allison Wells.
Victoria Moore.
Reagan LaBeouf.
Ashley Hansen. Hanisha Batina.
Brianna Bull.
Karen Deep Carr.
Dina Horani.
Cole Gardner.
Matthew Hastings.
Kyle Geller.
Jarrett Salis.
Carson Pfeiffer.
It's Michaela Jennings.
Katya Makovic. Safina Siddiqui.
Oh, you all look great. You look great. Earlier we talked about the people behind you that are really supporting you. People came before you, and the alumni we have created and opened many doors for you. And so we're proud of those who came before. But there's a lot of people who have supported you over the years when you told them that you had a dream of being a physician, who helped you with laundry, applications, personal statements, whatever it may be, and they're sitting behind you. So if we could stand up, take a picture with our fantastic coats, but turn around and thank the people behind you who got you where you are today. This is exciting. We have a student speaker coming up to the stage. So I would like to welcome to the stage student Dr. Darby DeFord to give you some inspirational words as you head out to your clinical rotations. Darby, join me on stage.
Well, good afternoon, fellow future doctors. Don't we all look very spiffy in our new white coats? Perhaps the most expensive coats we will ever own, perhaps aside from the future plastic surgeons in the room, but I digress. To my colleagues, I'm excited to reminisce about what we all have gone through so far, and to all of our proud supporters out there, I'm thrilled to share with you all a glimpse of what we have been up to the past couple of years and what we have to show for it. Now, if I have ever sent you an email from my MU-WCOM email address, you may have noticed a quote at the end of my signature by the late, great George Harrison of the Beatles that reads, "With every mistake, we must surely be learning." I added this quote to the end of my email before classes began in first year, partly to make sure everyone is aware that I am very interesting and cool, and partly as a reminder to myself to stay humble and eager to learn throughout my time in medical school. This quote proved to be a bit ahead of its time because I certainly did get humbled. Many of our supporters out there might describe us as type A personalities, perfectionists, or more endearingly, control freaks. Many of them witnessed the hard work we put in to get into medical school in the first place, and so, although proud of us, they may not be surprised that we made it to this point. However, for many, including myself, this was the first time throughout our academic careers that we have been deflated by grades, and sometimes forced to be thrilled about a C. At the beginning of this realization, I personally felt frustrated with myself and often considered changing my email quote to a more angsty Beatles lyric, such as, "I'm so tired," or more succinctly, "help." In a way, I think I felt entitled to perfect grades because, after all, wasn't I working hard for them like I always had? And so begun my era of frustration and feeling sorry for myself because, God forbid, I was not right 100% of the time. My ego had been deflated by so many wrong answers, and I felt the ever-looming imposter syndrome. It wasn't until I was forced into community via dreaded, required in-person activities and meetings with various mentors that I learned a harsh but critical lesson. Not only am I not alone in my frustrations, but this will likely be the feeling I have for the rest of my career in medicine. Sure, I could drone on about all of the interesting medical jargon we've learned in class, the creative mnemonics we came up with to memorize anatomical connections, or how to properly diagnose and subsequently crack a spine. However, I believe the most important life skills we gained from drinking from this fire hose are resilience, acceptance, and learning how to say the three most important words known to physicians: I don't know. The truth is, all that gibberish we heard about being lifelong learners is 100% accurate. The world of medical knowledge is vast, and we will never be able to learn everything. New studies are coming out every day, so we will be updating our knowledge forever. Throughout these tumultuous 2 years, we have learned to harness the humility to admit ignorance and use it to our advantage. I believe this skill has turned us all into astute investigators. The first time we took a history from a standardized patient, we were frustrated and overwhelmed with vague-sounding symptoms and a seemingly endless list of differential diagnoses. But after digging a bit deeper, we asked the right question or performed just the right physical exam that made the diagnosis completely obvious to us. The dopamine hits from those insights were truly intoxicating. As we go out into the real world and see patients instead of actors, things will undoubtedly be less concise. Our patients may not say the key buzzword that automatically leads to one diagnosis. And I would like to demonstrate to our families back here just some of the buzzwords we might be talking about, if you all can humor me and finish this sentence. C3, C4, C5? Yeah, they know that one. Our egos will likely be redeflated when we don't have those obvious triggers to rely on. When those frustrating scenarios inevitably arise, we must remind ourselves what we have learned, that we are investigators and we are lifelong learners, and as long as our hunger for knowledge and commitment to our patients do not waver, we will continue to improve as physicians. I'm so proud of all of us for enduring the trials and tribulations that defined our preclinical years, and I'm so eager to see what is to come. I will leave you with one last Beatles lyric to carry with you into your rotations. It really doesn't matter if I'm wrong, I'm right where I belong. Cheers.
Great words and great support. Wow, thank you so much. We have another clinical partner that I'm going to be welcoming to the stage. We are osteopathic physicians and future osteopathic physicians, and we are supported by the Indiana Osteopathic Association, one of the members who worked very hard to bring this school here. So I would like to first acknowledge their executive director, I believe who's in the audience, Richard Nussel, thank you, and their president, Dr. Kornikavich. And I'm going to welcome Dr. Kornikavich to the stage. Oh, hello, okay.
It's not the oath, it's the commitment.
To go ahead and give words and push me off stage.
I want to apologize. They gave me the microphone, so just take it easy. I'm not supposed to say anything, but I will. I am the president of the IOA, and I'm sort of the old school. I graduated in '85 from Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine. I don't think any of you were born by then, at that point. So you are the new breed of osteopathic physicians. You are going to stand on the champions in front of you. Advocate for our profession every single day. And when you do that, hopefully one of you in 5, 10, 15 years will stand up here as the IOA president. So I just want to say, go out there, be proud of your profession, and go and promote us the best you can. Because I have a little wisdom, I'm going to tell you a story, and I'm going to give you a little advice. First story is my first history and physical as a third-year medical student. You're all going to experience this. Surgical rotation, I get a call up to the floor for a stat history and physical. There's a 13-year-old that needs an appendectomy, like right now. The gurney's out front of her door. The family is with her. The nurse is pacing. The surgeon's downstairs and say, what the heck is taking so long? I examine the patient, do the history, do the exam, put my stethoscope on her heart, and I'm an orthopedic surgeon, so this is the point of heart, lung, and abdomen. I learned that very early, but I didn't hear anything. I'm sitting there, stethoscope, I'm adjusting it, I'm sitting there going, I know she's alive. I'm sweating bullets. I am sweating bullets. And you're each going to come across something like this. And then I realized I had the bell turned the wrong way. So I survived, and you all survive as well. So in all of my years, I had many students come through, and as a preceptor, I give the same advice to the students. Do the best you can, put your heart and soul in everything you do for every single rotation. Because we are a small profession and we're growing, but you never know who knows who. Somebody will write you a letter and you decide you want to do a different residency, and lo and behold, you went to school with that person. So do the best you can. Ask your preceptor after every rotation, would you feel comfortable writing a letter of recommendation for me? I got the cardiology award at graduation. I'm an orthopod. What the heck? I realized, forget that stuff. So, and even then, when I was looking at an echocardiogram during my rotation, they asked me, what did I see? I said, it looks like a slab of bacon. So again, you're going to have these times, and just sitting up there, I had to reminisce, and I was chuckling to myself, not knowing what I was going to say to you guys, but I was there many, many years ago. So you are our future. Congratulations. Now, all you short coats, stand up. We're going to do the osteopathic pledge of commitment. Right hand, it's all in your program, okay? And you don't have to repeat your name, it's okay, it's just the commitment, it's not the oath itself. So, I pledge to provide compassion, quality care to my patients. Repeat, come on. I pledge to partner with them to promote health. I pledge to display integrity, professionalism throughout my career. I pledge to advance the philosophy, practice, and science of osteopathic medicine. I practice continued lifelong learning. I pledge to support my profession with loyalty of action, word, and deed. I pledge to live each day as an example of what an osteopathic should be. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Before we end this beautiful ceremony and I go order my own white coat with the right name on it, I'm going to give you a few words of wisdom that are inspired by two people, very intelligent, smart people. Conlon Wright, my 4-year-old, and Jeff Wood. So, who's very smart, but not my 4-year-old. So now I'm going to move. Okay. So before every event that we do, so if we're going to like a doctor's appointment, or we're going to go to a show, or we're going to his grandmother's house, anywhere we're going to do something new, I prep my son, and we talk about what it's going to be, who's going to be there, what are the expectations of him and me. And so he was going to the dentist, and he hates his dentist. She's very nice, but he doesn't like the dentist. So I said, well, how are we good patients? And he said, I don't know what a patient is. And I said, well, a patient, you're a patient. And how are we going to be a good patient? We're going to open our mouth. We are not going to bite, right? Like really important things. And I thought I did a really adequate, important definition of what a patient was. He figured it out. We went to the dentist. We were great. We didn't bite anybody. And when we moved on, and then there was a couple days later, and I was getting ready for work, and I was putting on my scrubs, and he said, why are you wearing scrubs? I don't normally wear scrubs. And it was because I was going to clinic. I had the honor of precepting with some of our alumni and students. And so I had on scrubs, and I said, well, Conlon, I'm going to see patients. And he said, oh, I still don't know what that word means. So clearly I'm not a very good teacher because he did not pick up on what a patient was from our first conversation. And I said, hey, patients are, they're a person who comes because they're sick. Or maybe they're a person comes because they're hurt. Or maybe it's a person who comes to see me because they heard about something online and they want my advice. Or maybe it's a person that comes to discuss their medications. Or maybe it's a person, he goes, oh. Mom, I get it. You meant persons. I thought you said patients. Ugh. So I was like, you're exactly right, because I shouldn't say patients, right? This is a critically important distinction. You absolutely have the foundational knowledge upon which you will continually build so that you're able to treat patients, no doubt. That's the easy part. But you also possess and have been honing the skills of compassionate care for people. And in the video that we heard moments ago, Jeff Wood highlighted this for you. He said there is a distinct difference in our graduates because they treat that people as people first and patients second. You treat people, you're not treating patients. So, you have this new white coat. And you heard Dr. Martin talk a little bit about how important it is, kind of that weight of the white coat. Okay, so on our white coat, it says Marian University. So every time you go out and you're seeing persons, okay, you are representing Marian and all of the Sisters of St. Francis and their values and the Board of Trustees that said they wanted to make this happen. That's pretty important. Then you look at your shoulder. Mine doesn't have it. Yours has it on the left side. Seriously, Ricky? Come on. So on your left shoulder, you have this patch that says IOA. So you're representing the 4 tenets of osteopathic medicine. What we have said is an important piece of medicine, different from, but aligned with what allopathic physicians are doing, but it's what makes us unique there on your left arm. That's a pretty weighty thing to have on your coat. So already, your coat's pretty heavy. Right? You have the knowledge, the excitement, and the fears you're bringing to a patient encounter, but you're also carrying the knowledge and excitement and fears of your patient because they're nervous to see you too. And I had originally thought, man, I don't envy you because your coat got heavier. Your coat now says the Tom and Julie Wood College of Osteopathic Medicine. That's heavier. And then I reflected, it's not. That lightens your load. Every time you look at that name, the Marian University, Tom and Julie Wood College of Osteopathic Medicine, I hope it lightens your load because it reminds you you're not alone. You're not alone in going into those patient rooms. You have a community of people that support you, a community of people that believe in you and what you're doing, and that should lighten your load. Other people go into rooms and they have a hospital on their white coat, a university or an institution, a corporation, and they go in and treat patients. You have the name of people who believe in you on your white coat. And you will go in, and I hope that you bring that joy that President Elsner talked about,
to caring for all of the people that you're going to see. Congratulations, class of 2026, and newest members of the Tom and Julie Wood College of Osteopathic Medicine. Help me welcome back to the stage Sister Mary Beth Ginoli to close out our program with a prayer of benediction.
I know I'm the only thing that stands between you and hugs and cookies, so I ask you to bear with us a couple more minutes. We're going to have a short concluding prayer. And first off, on behalf of my community, the Sisters of St. Francis, I want to offer congratulations to each of you who just received your white coat. Know that my community, the sisters, pray for you every day. So trust that their prayers will be with you as you begin seeing people, as you begin treating people. I was going to say patients, but I listened really hard. And if you ever have any special prayer requests, please let me know, and I will send them down to our mother house to all of our sisters. The white coat is an outward sign of an inward reality that you are called to offer healing to all those you encounter. For our closing prayer, I'd like to offer you another sign, a blessing not for your coats, but for your hands. So remembering that we are in the presence of God, and God is always in our presence, let us pray. Blessed be your hands that have touched life. Blessed be your hands that have nurtured creativity. Blessed be your hands that have felt and held pain. Blessed be your hands that have embraced with compassion. Blessed be your hands that have reached out and been received. Blessed be your hands that will draw blood and administer medicine. Blessed be your hands that will minister to the sick and offer consolation. Blessed be your hands that will comfort the dying and welcome the newborn. Blessed be your hands that hold the promise of the future. Blessed be your hands and all those that you will touch. May your hands work with your head and your heart to heal all those you encounter and to make the world a kinder and more just place. We ask these blessings in all your holy names. Amen.